Good morning. Good morning. We're so excited to greet you this morning. Looking forward to spending time with you on day 3 of our Encourage Her journey. I am so excited about spending this time just encouraging those who chime in, those from the community, those who you share these particular broadcasts with. We are praying this month that something is said that will lift you, that would encourage you, that would cause you to keep going, not to quit, that would cause you not to give up. Our passage is found in Luke 1:41, and that's where when Mary entered the house with Elizabeth, the sound of her voice caused the baby in Elizabeth to leap. And so we're just believing this month as we release the sound of hope and healing and expectation and joy and peace, that sound causes something within you to leap, to stir, to be revived, to hope again, to try again. We're praying that you realize that you're not alone. You're not in this alone. The Father hasn't forgotten you. He hasn't forsaken you. And I'm just excited about each one of the vessels that He's preordained this month. Speak into our lives and encourage us. That's all we're looking to do, girl. We just want to encourage you this month. So be encouraged. Be encouraged. Lift up your head. You are not alone. The Father has sent the helpers. We are here and we are praying that you lay a hold of the nuggets that are being shared on Wednesdays. This is our day to encourage with wisdom. And so each Wednesday, each one of the women who are going to be chiming in are chiming in just to drop some wisdom nuggets for us, to keep us moving, to keep us moving ahead, and to give us some wisdom instructions so that we don't go through some of the bumps maybe that they've experienced. And even if we're in that place, this wisdom can snatch us out of some places if we just lay a hold of wisdom. So I'm encouraging you on Wednesdays, lay a hold of this wisdom, girl, lay a hold of it and be encouraged by it. The best is still yet to come for you. God is not done with you. The best is still yet to come. And we believe that all things are working together for your good because you love the Lord and you are the called according to His purpose. This morning, I'm so excited to have with us Author Sheryl Joyce Norman. Author Sheryl Joyce Norman. And I'm going to release to her so she can just tell us a little bit about herself. Author Sheryl, good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Coach Tim. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Come on and take a few minutes and just share with those who are chiming in a little bit about you, who you are.
She's already stated my name is Sheryl Joyce Norman. I live here in Houston, Texas.
Woohoo!
Yes. And I am a mother of 3 children. Well, 3 that I gave birth to. I have a myriad of children out there. and along with their spouses,
Mhm.
and a loving, doting grandmother for my grandchildren. Um, and I have an assignment.
Yeah.
And my assignment is to introduce Jesus to everyone I meet.
Mhm.
And I offer encouragement and hope to those in pain and suffering. Because I've been through it, I can help you through it. And then I had adhered to and I accepted the call for the Great Commission to go about making disciples and compelling men to come to Jesus.
Amen. Thank you for sharing. Author Sheryl, also share a little bit about the teaching that you do, this Bible study group that you invited me to some years ago that my schedule has not allowed me to participate in, but I'm coming. It ain't over yet. I'm coming. Can you share a little
Um,
bit about that as well?
okay, it's called Bible Study Fellowship. It's an international Bible study. So women and men and children all over the world come together on the days that they meet, and we're all studying the same thing all around the world. So it's I've been doing this for the past 10 plus years. I'm in a leadership position, so I am what they call a group leader, a shepherd leader.
Mhm.
So I shepherd about 15 to 20 ladies on our school year basis, so that we walk through the Word together and study together. And matter of fact, we just ended this year's session yesterday. So
Congratulations.
yes, thanks.
Congratulations. I
Yeah.
just wanted them to hear a little bit more about, some of the other things that you do and that you're involved with, because it's so important as we're listening and we're receiving that we know a little bit about those who are going to be dropping those nuggets. And so I wanted them to hear that you're a woman of the word. This wasn't just something you picked up and slapped on to your name, but this is something that you
Right,
do, and you've been doing this for over 10 years, over 10 years.
right, right.
And so this morning, I want to give the balance of our time to discussing um, uh, author Sheryl Joyce Norman's book. This book, this book, we did this together.
Yes, we did.
We did this together. um, I had the privilege, it was a privilege to serve, helping author Sheryl Joyce Norman to birth this book. And this book is power packed, pushed into purpose. Pushed by pain into purpose, excuse me. And it is a wonderful book with some wonderful nuggets, just as she shares her life, that have the possibility to push you forward, to cause you to keep going, even though you're going through. Author Sheryl, I'm turning it over to you. If you just want to share some wisdom nuggets with us relative to this book, come on, drop some wisdom on us this morning, because I know others are going through, other women are going through, and some are suffering in silence, thinking that they're the only ones. And it's just good to hear others who have went through, they
Mhm,
have come out, or who might be going through, and what they're doing to make it through. Okay,
mhm,
Author
mhm.
Sheryl.
Well, yes, you're so right. Um, I realized later on, when you're going through things, you don't really look at it as being an assignment. But
Mhm.
now that I can look at it as being an assignment, I went through all of that so that I would have the experience to
Mhm.
be able to help somebody else when they're going through different things. I guess God just kind of like He did with Jeremiah, just kind of had me experience a whole lot of things so I can help a whole lot of people. And I didn't understand it then, but I do now, and I see the reason for it. Basically, it was provoking and pushing me into purpose. It was not there to destroy my life, but to better my life and push me right into the arms of Jesus. And it happened. I endured it. I grew from it. I was strengthened by it. And then it passed. So you can know that whatever you're going through, it has an end date and
Glory to
it will pass. So now my story can bring healing to hurting souls. And I hope in some way it will help you just as my sharing it with you has brought healing to me, and wholeness to you. For me, the pain left when purpose showed up.
Jesus.
That's much like giving birth to a baby. You go through a lot of pain in the labor process. You push, you breathe, you bear down, and you push more until the baby is delivered. And then the pain is gone and is forgotten because you have what you've been waiting for, your beautiful baby. So, my prayer through writing this book is that we can walk through my journey. And as we do that, you realize victory in your own circumstances. You can see that there is a way out or a way through. So I just encourage anyone that's reading the book to let us get that baby delivered so that you can forget the pain of your past and walk into your glorious promises God has waiting for you.
Amen. Coach Sheryl, can you share one of the experiences? I don't want you to give away the whole book, but share one of the experiences that you shared in the book, that you didn't understand then, but now you see the good that it was working toward.
Well, in the book, I kind of patterned the book after my study of Joseph. When you look at his life, and it started with, how sometimes you may feel like you're in a family that um, you didn't really belong in,
Mm-hmm.
or that you didn't fit in.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was always, I was always feeling like uh, I was an outsider or I didn't belong there. And I didn't understand it then. Um, but now I do kind of understand what was happening. Um, and let me see if I have anything quickly that I can. Uh, let's see.
I know a moment.
Okay,
I know a
which one?
moment that just crushed my heart as I was trying to edit the book. You remember the moment that you shared um, relative to your mom, and I think it was with the washer.
Oh yeah,
Can you share that moment, just moments like that, because you were a little girl.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was just we had one of those ringer type washing machines.
Mm-hmm.
And my mother had been washing, and uh, myself and my brother was in the garage playing. So he had to be uh, he couldn't have been more than 1.5, 2 years old, maybe. Yeah, because he probably wouldn't still been in diapers
Yeah.
older than that. So that would have made me be about 4 or so. And so I'd always see my mother, washing and wringing the clothes out through the wringer
Mm-hmm.
on the washing machine. So she had went in the house doing something, and I he had my brother had went over there, and she had a pan of starch. Back then we used starch,
Yeah.
to starch our clothes and whatever. And he had put some of the diapers in the starch. So I'm attempting to help my mother out, and I'm gonna put bring the starch out of the diapers. So as I was putting the diapers through, the first couple I did, they went through fine, and then I think I got distracted by something he was doing or whatever, and I didn't turn the diaper loose. So um, as the diaper was going through the wringer, my hand got caught in there, my finger got caught in the ringer, and I got to screaming because it hurt.
Yeah.
And my father came running out and popped the ringer off. So, and I guess he scolded her, whatever, about why I left the ringer going, or why left it on with the kids out there playing and she wasn't out there. So I guess she was upset with me, and she kind of looked at me and said, "I wish your whole hand had went through there." And that was just so devastating and crushing to me, that she would say that. And yeah, that's kind of like a lot of things that I kind of had went through. But that was like the first that I remember.
Okay. And so that was one of the things that you mentioned in the book, just as a child. And again, she said that was one of the first, because she shares many experiences that would grab my heart as a mother. It really grabbed me. Can you share with us what purpose you see that portion of your pain um, serving?
Well,
What has it worked in you?
well, when I look at it, some people don't have a mother in the home,
Mhm.
and so they're living without that, the love of the mother being there.
Mhm.
Uh, Mine was in the home, but I still felt that same thing. So I can now have compassion on people who are grieving that they didn't have a mother's love. Um, and I used to, like, write poetry a lot, because I
Mhm.
used to write a lot as a kid. I had tablets and tablets I wish I had all those notes that I had back then. And I had wrote a poem at one time called A Mother's Love.
Mm,
And I guess that was because I was missing that. And I didn't have that.
mhm,
Or I didn't feel like I had that because I really kind of often wondered if she, really was my mother. It was just
mhm.
sometimes it would just get to that point.
Yeah.
So I can empathize and sympathize and have compassion with people
Mhm.
who are dealing with that kind of pain. So, like I say, God kind of sent me through the ringer on literally, you know,
Yeah.
um, uh, in all kind of areas that I can help all kind of people. I'm not just limited to one area,
Mhm.
that I can basically help the hurting people.
Amen. How has that experience affected your parenting, your mothering your children?
Well, out of all of the experiences that I went through when I became a parent, of course, I didn't want to be a parent. I wanted my children to be able to come to me and to love me. So it was like I was able to give the love that I never got. And so then I can not only share it with my children, but I could share it with their friends. And so that's why I say I have a lot of children.
Yeah.
You know? A
Yeah.
lot of people have adopted me as mama. So, so I guess I learned that lesson well.
Mm. Well, we thank God for your life. We thank God for the experiences that you've made it through. And we thank God for what you're doing with those experiences, that you
Mhm.
give yourself to help others and to let others know who are going through, they are not alone and that they too can make it and they can do something with the pain. As we wrap up our wisdom moment this morning, what wisdom nugget would you like to leave with those who are chiming in from your book, Pushed by Pain into Purpose?
Well, I would say um, this, there's scars that you may have, but the scars are only there to prove that it actually happened
Mm,
and that you survived it.
thank you, Lord. Amen. Amen. That gives us a different way to look at our scars and our wounds because sometimes we do look and we go to the other end. It takes us to a dark place and we
Right,
don't focus on the fact that we made it. You make me think of the psalmist, Psalm 118, I think it's 17 through 18, that says, I shall not die but live and
right,
declare the glorious works of the Lord. And though it's beating me sorely, it's not unto death. It didn't kill me. It didn't take me out. I am still here. And because I'm here, I'm going to do something with what I've been through. I'm going to
right.
do something with it. I'm going to do something with it. Thank you so much, Author Sheryl, for joining us early this morning.
Okay.
Thank you, thank you,
Thank
thank
you for
you.
having me.
Yes, this is not the last that you'll hear from Author Sheryl Joyce Norman. She's actually one of the authors who's going to be joining us on a Wednesday and walking us through her book. And so I put the link at the top of this broadcast so that you can purchase your book and you'll be hearing more. You'll be hearing more. She's going to be coming soon and doing some teaching and training and coaching us through these moments, changing our perspective and how we look at them. All right. We love you each much. Thank you for chiming in. Looking forward to meeting you throughout the day and looking forward to meeting you tomorrow for another Encourage Her moment. Tomorrow with Coach Brenda Pryor. Okay, love you. You all have a blessed day.
Bye.